Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and for those of you that are new here, hi, my name is Tenna and welcome to the circus that is my channel. Bear with me a little bit. I am currently going through a little bout of food poisoning, so if I seem a little off in this video, it's because I don't really feel all that well. I'm gonna do my best to keep it, high octane and pump it up for you guys because I'm especially excited about what today's video is about. And it is about this guy right here. Oh, it is the Wet n Wild Goth-O-Graphic collection, and I was so excited to get my hands on this bad boy, just because growing up in high school, I was like your little emo, like punk rock kid, things like that, and I've just never gotten over my love for skulls. As you can see, I have skulls on everything. I still love wearing the color black, and it's always kind of that inside joke that, those punk rock kids, they never really grow up. They become adults, but there's always that little bit of a flash there, whether it's wearing skulls or still wearing black or, fun things like that. So anyway, I was all about this collection and everything that was inside of it. So basically what we're going to do today is go through each one of the products, see how they work, kind of create a little bit of a look, and I will give you guys my final verdict at the end. So before we go ahead and jump into the video, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, yeah, I'm not quite sure what you're doing with your life, but you should subscribe. Otherwise, we're gonna go ahead and hop into the video right now. First things first, really excited about this. I totally remember having Wet n Wild when I was younger, before I could really afford makeup and their eyeliner and things like that, and it was kind of shitty from what I remember, but they've definitely stepped up their game over the last, 5 years or so, especially with some of their Mega Glow highlighters. If you don't have those, you should get your hands on them. They retail for about $4.99. They're super cheap, but they work amazingly, just like any other like high-end highlighter would. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and open this guy up, and what we get inside is all of this stuff here. So what we get inside, if I can keep this lid open, is that we've got two Mega Glow highlighters right here. We've got the Mega Glow highlighting stick. We've also got a loose highlighter as well. We have got ourselves 4 different liquid eyeshadows, 3 liquid liners, and 4 metallic lipsticks. And I have watched other reviews of this, especially like the Jeffree Star one. I did watch them, and it's kind of funny because I think that Wet n Wild kind of backtracked on a little bit of this stuff, because they did advertise these as liquid metallic lipsticks, but when people were actually trying them on, they were very, very sheer, very opaque, didn't swatch very well, and then I noticed a few days later that Wet n Wild was advertising them as more as a lip topper. Which I think that they might have kind of had like an oh shit moment and backtracked and realized they might have worked better as a lip topper. So that's gonna be how I'm gonna use it today in my video. You can watch a ton of other videos of people using these as just like a regular metallic liquid lipstick, and see how much they didn't work and how patchy they were, and they weren't very opaque. So I'm gonna go ahead and use these as a lip topper today. Otherwise, I've done the rest of my face, that way we can really focus on the eyes and the highlight and things like that. Otherwise, it's kind of funny looking at some of the colors in here. Granted, yes, they have like their darker colors, like, they've got like their black metallic lipstick and things like that, and they've got kind of like their darker, liquid metallic eyeliners and stuff, but this doesn't necessarily scream goth to me. I think that they're just trying to find like another trend to like, pop that hollow like type of thing on, just because they had the mermaid collection, they've had the unicorn collection, things like that. So realistically, there's nothing in here that's necessarily like goth. They do have a black metallic lipstick, but that's about it. Everything in here is like a metallic pink, purple, white, not necessarily goth, but it's fine. We're gonna go ahead and do more of a smoky punk rocker look with this, just to kind of go with the goth vibes of this box. And I will go ahead and swatch the highlighting powders for you guys. I don't necessarily think that these are going to look good on my skin tone, because one is a very stark white, kind of purpley metallic, and then one is a pink. I will swatch those on the back of my hand. I do already know the formula of these, so if you don't already have them, there's plenty of like videos out there, and I think I have a couple videos myself of me utilizing the Mega Glow highlighter, so I will swatch them on the back of my hand. But what I'm really, really interested in that's new is this highlighting stick here, and I also want to try out this guy here, if I can get it out. this loose highlighter here. I do love the detail of all the skulls and stuff that are on these things. I mean, I think it's extremely cute. So I'm all about things that have skulls on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just unpack this box so that we can go ahead and get started here. All right, first things first, we are going to go over these guys right here. They are the Mega Lash Liquid Catsuit Liquid Eyeshadow, and we're gonna go ahead and swatch all 4 of these, and then I'm gonna figure out which colors that I want to use for today's eye look. These normally retail, if you want to get them individually, they will retail for $4.99 a piece. If you guys want to get the entire box, you can also get the entire box on wetandwild.com for $39.99 as well if you are interested in having everything in the collection. But I will go ahead and tell you guys what each of these things cost individually if you are maybe interested in one thing over the other. So let's go ahead and open these up and we'll go ahead and swatch some of these. So first things up is this one. It's called Nectophilia. It is this really pretty, I almost want to say it's like a deep bluish purple. So we'll go ahead and swatch this on the back of my hand. So that is kind of what it's looking like there. It's a little bit opaque. Doesn't seem to be very, it's a little bit see-through. So it may be better as like an eyeshadow topper, but that's kind of what it looks like right there. It's more of a deep blue, and it has some silver and red kind of reflect to it. So it's kind of a cool color. So that is the color Nectophilia. All right, up next is this guy right here. It is the color Goth Tears, and it is kind of a purple blue iridescent shade. It kind of reminds me of a lot of those really pretty colors like the Huda Beauty Desert Dust palette. Those really pretty colors, just because I am a huge fan of that type of reflect. Yeah, I think these would work better as more of like an eyeshadow topper. They are a little bit translucent. But the formula is very nice. It's very creamy. So that is it right there. If you can kind of see it, it is like a purple at one angle, blue at the other. Very, very metallic foiled formula there. So I'm going to keep going. I'm just going to keep swatching these on the back of my hand. Next up is this color here. It is this really pretty kind of like ballet pink. It is in the color Mystic Dreamer. And this looks like, yeah, it's kind of like a ballet pink, and it has some silver metallic colors to it. So if you look at that there next to it, it kind of actually came out more of like a goldy pink kind of color. So it is interesting. It is not as pink as it is in the tube there. And the last one is this color right here called Pure Intention, which looks like it's like a kind of a sandy taupe color. So I'll go ahead and open this up and swatch it right next to it. This one seems to be the most opaque out of the 4. All right, and there it is right there next to it. That one is a very, very metallic, very bright. And it does seem to be drying down. It kind of almost looks exactly like the pink one a little bit. You know, the pink one has more of a pink undertone to it, but they both kind of have that gold reflect. I'll go ahead and re-swatch Nectophilia at the end there so that you guys can see them all together. So that is all of them swatched next to each other. So that is Nectophilia. The one next to it is, right here, is Pure Intention. This one here is the color Mystic Dreamer, and the last one here is Goth Tears. So that is what they look like. So let's go ahead and create an eye look with it. I'm kind of like drawn to either this one or this one. I'm not entirely sure. I think I'm gonna go ahead and play with this one, the Nectophilia one, which is kind of cool. It's like a really neat kind of blue color. So we're gonna go ahead and do a quick little eye look. Let's see, what palette do I wanna use? All right, I'm actually going to use a couple of different palettes. By all means, if you want to recreate this look, not entirely sure how it's going to look, so you may not want to recreate this look at all. But I'm going to use a couple different palettes. But if you have any similar colors to it, you know, at home, then feel free to use those. They don't have to be the ones that I'm using. So just because that one here kind of reminded me of this guy here, you know, I just kind of wanted to reach for the Huda Beauty palette, mainly because I do want to use that purple amethyst color. So first I'm going to go in with a nice transition shade, which I'm going to go in with the color Eden right here, which is this nice orangey type of neutral shade here. So I'm going to go ahead and pop into that. I'm going to go ahead and pop that into my crease on both sides. Alright, next I'm going to take more of a tapered blending brush, which I'm going to go in the Morphe M576 brush right here. I am going to pop in to the color Amethyst right here, which is this nice pretty purple color. So I'm going to go ahead and dip my brush into there on one side of the brush, not the whole top, just one side. I'm going to go ahead and take it, I'm going to flip it upwards like this, and I'm going to go ahead and tuck it up into this crease here. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and switch palettes now. I'm going to go ahead and hop into the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Androgyny palette because I really wanted to use this blue right here, which is in the color Swallow. So I'm going to go ahead and take that tapered blending brush again. I'm going to go ahead and take the brush and coat it on one side just like we did the other one. And I'm going to go ahead and take that and I'm going to tuck that into the crease as well, being careful not to blend it too high into the purple. Girl, we're getting some cotton candy vibes over here. Lord. Alright, and last I'm going to take another Jeffree Star palette, which is his first ever Beauty Killer palette because I want to dip in, sorry it's such a mess, I've used the hell out of this, but I'm going to dip into this black color here. It is in the color Black Rainbow, so it's black and has a little bit of reflect to it. So I'm going to take a smaller blending brush, which is the Morphe E17, and I'm just going to pop that into this outer corner and just kind of blend it into the crease. I'm going to go ahead and dip into there. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and take that color and I'm going to go ahead and layer it on to the inner corner of my eye all the way to the center of my lid and blend it into the shadows. Alright, and it looks like it applied to the lid really, really well. I do like it a lot. It's really pretty. I'm going to go ahead and take a brush and just kind of clean it up a little bit. Make sure that, you know, it's blending into the eyeshadow all good, which it looks like it is. So we're definitely going for, you know, I said that, colorful, you know, punk rocker vibe for sure. Just because I feel like I've seen a lot of bloggers, like, I don't know, they're like more dainty and pretty and into the whole, like, you know, neutral, pretty springtime look, things like that. And like, when you have a box that's called Goth-O-Graphic, like, why would you not try to create, like, you know, a throwback, like, goth look? Like, you don't have to go, like, full-blown, like, black eyeshadow or raccoon eyes, but, like, I haven't really seen anybody do, like, a cool, like, smoky eye and try to make this, like, a cool, like, goth thing by any means. So I've been a little bit disappointed, so I just kind of want to switch it up and take it back to those days a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and take that small, fluffy blending brush again, and I'm going to go ahead and pop into that same color that we used, that blue. I'm going to go ahead and take that, and I'm going to go ahead and run it along my bottom lash line there. Alright, next I'm going to go ahead and play with these liquid liners right here, which I'm not entirely sure how I feel about all these. They are some crazy colors. So this one looks like it is a very stark white. It is in the color Skull Prayer. We've got a pink one that is in the color Pink Coffin, and we've also got this purple one that is in the color Black Butterfly. These ones normally retail individually for $3.99. So if you want to buy these individually, they're $3.99 on Wet n Wild. I do believe that you can get these inside of Walgreens and stuff. I have been to my Walgreens and I have not seen this collection anywhere in there, so it's a bunch of lies. So I feel like that's only select Walgreens and things like that that carry this collection. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and swatch these guys. I'm going to go ahead and swatch the pink, which these don't look very, so the pink one's not very impressive. There it is right there. It's a little sheer for my taste. Plus I don't think I'd ever use an eyeliner that's this color anyway. The next one I'm going to use is Skull Prayer. It is this white one here, so I'm going to go ahead and swatch that one right next to it. which that is the color Sculptor. That one is a little bit more, it's not as translucent. So there's that guy there. And then the last one is in the color Black Butterfly, which is this nice purple. Which kind of the same one as the pink. I mean, you can see it, but it's not all there and crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and go nuts. I did want to do black eyeliner because yeah, but I'm gonna go ahead and try this white one and see how it does on top of the eyeshadows and see if it stays white. So we're gonna go ahead and try this and do a wing with it. I feel like the brushes, like the brush on the actual eyeliner is a little bit flimsy. It's very, very, very opaque. I don't know how I feel about this. Or not opaque, I'm sorry, I'm using the wrong word. It's very, very sheer. Not really showing up all that much. Alright guys, sorry about that. I had totally destroyed that eye look with the white eyeliner, so I went and took it off and put on the black eyeliner like I should have in the first place. I'm not really a huge fan of these eyeliners at all. You know, they're not very, I mean, the pink and the purple, they're a little bit, you know, they're just, I don't even have words. They just, it's not a good eyeliner color. They're way too faint and they're way too light of colors to actually be any type of like a pop-in eyeliner. The white one you kind of can use, but even then, like on such like a dark base, it still didn't show up that well. So I would definitely pass on these. I mean, if you want to get them, then get them, but I would definitely pass. Otherwise, next we're gonna move on to my favorite stuff, the highlighters. I'm gonna use one on each side so that we can kind of see how they work. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead, I will swatch these two for you guys just because I do know just by looking at them that they are way too light for my skin tone, and they're probably going to look really ashy on me, so I'm not going to put those on. So I'll go ahead and swatch these. So anyway, first up is this one right here. It is in the color Purple Ashes. I'm going to go ahead and open this guy up. And it is this color right here. It is this very, it's kind of like a pinky purple type highlight. And I really do love how they changed it and they put the skull in there. The skull is embossed into the highlighter now instead of that usual floral pattern. And then the next one is this guy right here, and this is in the color White Raven. So it's this one right here. It is a very, very white color and it has like a purple reflect to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch this on the back of my hand. Oh, it comes out far more purple than I thought. So that is that right there. It is a very, very pretty purple highlighter there. Oh, it's more purple than white. Okay. And then I'll go ahead and swatch this guy for you guys. Which there's that one right there, which is more of like a pinkish red highlighter. Of course, they're both very blinding per usual. So anyway, I'm not going to use those ones just because I know the formula of the Mega Glow highlighters and they work extremely well. So if these here are colors that interest you, then by all means, then pick them up. They are very, very cool colors. Otherwise, I'm really interested in these guys right here, which is the loose highlighter and the stick highlighter. So I'm going to go ahead and play with the stick one first. Again, have to open up more drugstore packaging. And so this one is in the color Hello Darkness. So if you twist this up, this is the stick and kind of what it looks like. Not entirely sure what color this is going to be. I don't know if I should go just straight onto the face or we're just going to go straight onto the face. So we're going to go ahead and just, oh shit. Ooh. So that went on very, very well. It's very creamy. I like the way that it blends out. So you know how like some of those stick highlighters, like they're a little bit difficult to move around, like they go on almost like dry? This does not feel like that. So this gives you some room to like really play around and like move it around and stuff. Oh, okay, Wet n Wild. It's not as blinding as I thought it would be. I mean, it's still pretty. It's a very, very pretty purple color. I almost wonder what would happen if I layered that purple Mega Glow highlighter on top of it. Kind of want to try it. Very pretty. And then next up is this one right here. It is the color Moon Tears, what looks like it's kind of like a gold pretty highlight. And this is a loose highlighting powder. Wet n Wild, y'all need to get on top of this packaging. It takes like 10 years for me to just open it. Open it up. That is so cute. Look at that. Look at the inside. The little sifter holes are in the shape of a skull. That is so damn cute. I love that. Let's go ahead and get this out and going. So I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit on my highlighting brush here. And we are going to go ahead and apply this to the face. Oh, my Lanta. Oh, okay. That is blinding. You guys. Okay, y'all, this is easily the most blinding highlight I've ever tried, and it's almost like too blinding. And I always told myself that like there's no such thing as like too much highlight or like too blinding of a highlight, but y'all, this might be. Maybe I went in a little rough with it. I don't know. Like, maybe I went in with like too much. But that is a blinding highlight. This is easily the most blinding highlight I've ever put on my face. Okay, Wet n Wild. And sorry, I didn't even tell you guys the individual prices on these. So this one right here is $6.99, which for the most blinding thing I've ever put on my face is like nothing. That's so cheap for this. Definitely get this. I'm like obsessed. I'm gonna have to go a little bit lighter, but y'all, I'm gonna need, like, you need sunglasses from space for that highlighter. And then this guy right here, the stick is $6.99. So if you look at the difference between like when I say blinding, like this is blinding and then this side's kind of like meh a little bit. So I'm actually gonna go in and try this color here that came out a little bit more blue. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a clean brush. I'm gonna go in with this and I'm gonna go on top of it and see what happens. And see if it comes out a little bit more. Yeah. So this is definitely more of like a blinding purple highlight for sure. So there's that, and then there's that. Woo! Y'all, this is nuts. So I'm telling you, that is one thing that Wet n Wild has totally gotten down is their highlighting formula. And for so cheap, I mean, we pay like 40, 50 bucks for these like highlighting palettes from people when like Wet n Wild is doing it on a budget and they're more blinding. Like this is crazy to me. Like I can't believe how blinding that is. Wow. Okay, well, last thing in the collection that we have to go over are the lip colors, which is all of these guys right here. I'm not gonna swatch all of them just because with my food poisoning and all the things that are coming out of me right now, whatever, TMI, a little bit dehydrated, which means my lips are a little bit dry, so I am not in the mood to really destroy my lips even more. But we're gonna go ahead and use these as kind of a lip topper type deal. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and swatch all these on the back of my hand. We'll look at them and we'll go ahead and see which ones that I want to use. All right, first up is this color right here. Is in the color Pastel Grunge, which is this interesting blue color. So I'll go ahead and take this and swatch it on the back of the hand. Okay, this is like crusty as hell. Like, I wonder if you guys can like see me like do this. Like it's like rolling together and rolling off. Like this is so not, see this is what I'm talking about when I said that this is like not a liquid lipstick. It is dry as hell. No. Here is the color Wicked Pink, which is this pink color here. I'm gonna go ahead and take it and we're gonna swatch it here, which seems to be a little bit better, but still pretty sheer. Next one is this kind of gunmetal purple, which is in the color Gunmetal Heart. There's this guy here. We'll go ahead and swatch it here. And then the last one is this color right here, which is in the color Death to Unicorns, which is really sad. It's kind of like their darkest black color here. And we'll go ahead and swatch it right here. So So there's that. So as you can see, they're very sheer. They're not necessarily like full opaque liquid lipsticks. Should we go full goth or should we be a little bit neutral? Let's go full goth. We're playing around here, whatever. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the Jeffree Star liquid lipstick in the color Weirdo, which is this black. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply that on my lips. So this is easily one of my favorite black lipsticks, is by Jeffree Star. You can get it on his website for $18 if it's still in stock. Yeah, it's like definitely like one swipe coverage, and it dries down pretty well. So on top of it, I'm wondering what color. I'm wondering if I should just go in with the black one. So it'll be like a black metallic. This guy here. I will agree that these actually work really, really well as lip toppers. Definitely got that metallic effect out of it. I don't recommend using these on their own. So if you are interested in using these as a lip topper, it's these 4 colors right here, and these guys retail for $4.99. So yeah, I definitely think that they work much, much better as a lip topper versus an actual lipstick by itself. Because looking at the back of my hand, they are very, very sheer, and I don't really think that they live up that well to being, you know, an opaque lip color. But it works well as a topper. Very much metallic. But anyways, guys, that is it. That is the entire Wet n Wild Goth-O-Graphic collection. And just to kind of go over the highlights a little bit, you know, things that I would get, things that I would pass on, things like that. With the highlighters, definitely would recommend getting these. I know that I didn't really put them on my face except for layering it here, but you can definitely see that they are blinding. I am a huge fan of this formula. So these were $4.99. Huge fan of this, the highlighting powder. Like, y'all, I cannot get over how blinding this is. I would definitely pick this up. This one was $7.99. Don't quote me on that. Please hold. Let me look. Oh, it was $6.99. This one was $6.99 here. And then the stick, which I thought was really cool. I did like this. You know, it was more of like a subtle purple highlight. This is also $6.99. You know, I'd probably pass on it just because I think that the Mega Glow highlighters did a little bit of a better job layered on top of it. So, you know, I think the concept was cool, but I feel like it could have been a little bit more blinding. Everything else in the collection, I'm not a huge fan of metallic lipsticks, but if you are a fan of metallic lipsticks and you want like a really cool lip topper, I really would recommend these ones. I thought they worked great as a topper, but they don't work good as just a standalone liquid lipstick. So that's kind of up to you. These retail for $4.99, so I mean, for the price, you can't really beat it for, you know, just like a cheap lip topper, something to have in your collection. Otherwise, I'd probably pass on it just because I don't really like metallic lipsticks and don't really see myself using it much except for maybe like Halloween if I did something crazy like that. I don't know, some metallic lip. Next up are the eyeliners. These retail for $3.99. I would do a hard pass on these. I didn't really like them, and even when it dried down and I tried to get the white off of this eye, it was really, really crumbly and cracked and kind of cakey, and didn't really like these at all, so I would definitely pass on them unless this is something that you're into. I didn't like the formula on these, nor do I like the colors. And then last but not least are these guys right here, which are the liquid eyeshadows. I thought that these were awesome. I have, you know, this guy right here on my eyes right now, and it's very, very pretty, very sparkly. These retail for $4.99 as well. And I just thought they did a really, really good job. I think that these are really cool eyeshadow toppers, just to add a little bit of sparkle to your eye look. Otherwise, yeah, those are my hits and misses. You know, the only thing that I really didn't like were the eyeliners, things like that. Hopefully you guys liked this and, you know, want me to do more kind of things like this, try to get out of my box, do more of that, you know, crazy goth look, because I feel like everybody got this box and just did like some sort of like, you know, Valley Girl look that was just like not really that whole like Goth-O-Graphic look. Like, I've not seen anybody's video actually do like a Goth-O-Graphic look. They've all done these like really pretty, like I can go out for the day. Like, I'm gonna have to wipe this off before I go out in public because I think I look a little bit crazy, but that's because I'm not goth. But if I was goth, I think I'd be down for this. So, yes. Anyways, you guys, that is it. Thank you for following along. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, things like that, go ahead and leave them below. Also, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please hit subscribe before you leave. That way you don't miss out on any more of my awesome content. Otherwise, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.